Okay, so the next step in your color painting is to start looking at some of the colors you see in your main subject and start matching them and putting them down. Now, the beauty of acrylic paint is if you do mess up on a color, you can paint over it infinite number of times. It's not like watercolor where you get a couple of stabs at it and after a while you really can't layer over it anymore, or you might overwork the paper, or acrylic paint, you don't have those issues. So don't be afraid to make mistakes. There really are no mistakes in acrylic painting. You can always go over a color if it's not the correct color. You might decide a color that you put down more towards the beginning needs to be adjusted at the end, and so on. As you start to fill in your shapes with colors, you will start making comparisons between colors, and you might have to tweak those as you go. I have my color chart here in my setup with my setup just nearby, so that as I'm mixing colors, if I need help, I can refer to this color chart. That's partly why we made it. So I look at my photograph, I'm painting a plant, as you know. And when I look at my color chart, a lot of the colors I'm seeing in my photograph, I can compare to a lot of these kind of like mucky looking greens in here. And then there are some cooler greens, some warmer greens, more neutral greens, right? So as I'm mixing, if I see colors that look like some of these, I can say, all right, well, I see a very neutral, almost brown looking green, something that looks similar to this color. And then I can look at my color chart and say, all right, well, I mixed yellow and violet to get that color, or indigo and yellow to get this kind of neutral green. So you can use this to help you. That's one of the reasons why I wanted you to go back and relabel your color chart. So if you haven't done that already, I would do that so that you can actually use this as a tool to help you make colors. You could even, you might not see the exact color here that you see in a picture, but you might see something close and then say, all right, well, if I mix a little bit of yellow and indigo and then add some white to that to lighten, that'll help me get close to that color. So use your color chart. That is why we made them. So I'm going to start looking at some colors in my photograph and just start mixing them in my palette and then getting them down onto my painting. I did have a shadow in the background behind my plant. I decided to get that in sooner rather than later, just because I could see that I would have to paint it around some of my leaves and things. So I just got a really basic color for a shadow in back there. Everyone has different situations. If you want to do that work ahead, you can, but you don't have to. That's how I just decided to approach my subject matter with what I have going on. Okay, so now I'm going to begin mixing, matching, and laying down some color in my subject.